So we're back on the command line, and the first steps to start working with Virtualenv shouldn't surprise you. We'll simply install it with pip. Now note that on Linux and macOS, again, we need to use sudo because it's a system-wide installation of the Virtualenv program. From here on, we won't need to use sudo anymore. So now Virtualenv is installed, we can start working. Now let's start a new project. Before I start the project itself, I'm going to make a virtual environment. And before I make my first virtual environment, I'm going to make a new directory where all my virtual environments will end up. Now most people put their virtual environments in a directory called .virtualenvs, so let's follow that practice. And let's move in there. Very well. Now I can simply create a new virtualenv for my project. I'm going to call my project amaze, and my virtual environment will get the same name. So this calls the virtualenv command with the name of my new project. And when I run it, it creates a new directory with that name called amaze. In there it puts several things. For example, a bin folder with, among other things, a Python interpreter. It also installs setup tools and pip locally inside the environment. Now we'll examine the contents of these directories in more detail in a moment, but first let's see how to use it. To do so, I have to activate the environment like this. Here the dot means we want to import some shell script code from a file, and that file is inside my amaze virtualenv, and then inside the bin folder, and then it's a file called activate. Now I can run it like this. And what happens is we see the prompt change. It now starts with the name of my new active virtual environment inside parentheses. So this means we're inside an active virtualenv.